All right, let's shift gears now to a current event happening this weekend in Moline. You have 3 more chances to catch the final show of the season at the Playcrafters Barn Theatre. And joining us now from the Sunshine Boys are 2 of our actors. We've got Tim Burrow and Greg O'Neill in with us. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Shelby.
Why don't you start by telling people which character you play?
I play Ben Silverman. I am the nephew of Willie Clark, who is one of the Sunshine Boys, and in addition to being his nephew, I'm also his agent. So I'm trying to get him the job for the retrospective special that is happening, and he's not really into the idea of that. So.
What about you, Greg?
I play a patient in the sketch. So in Act 2, as they're rehearsing, I get to be with Uncle Willie on stage for a little bit of time, and then his partner Al shows up, so I get to swallow a tongue depressor. Not really, literally. I mean, well, actually, come see the show, you'll find out.
Yeah, that's a tease if I've ever heard one. You guys kind of talked about it, but tell me what this show is about.
So there is a pair of comedians that were popular during the vaudeville years. They were called Lewis and Clark, so Willie Clark and Al Lewis. And they were together for about 43 years and haven't spoken to each other for about 12 years lately, and they hate each other. And part of it, my job is to get them to agree to come back together. And you know, come see how difficult of a job that is.
I mean, I gotta ask, what drew both of you to this particular show?
Pat, getting to work with Pat
Flaherty, who's a pretty big legend in the Quad Cities Community Theater, and I've been in 3 shows now at Playcrafters, so just another chance to be on the stage that I enjoy working on and work with great people. And
Sound like pretty good reasons.
yes.
Greg, what draws you to Pat?
Sure. Well, I've seen Pat at Genesius Guild, and I've seen him at other Playcrafters shows. I'd seen him in a lot of dramas where he would be comic relief, and now he gets to be in a comedy, so he's really, really funny, as is his sparring partner, Kendall Burnett. And Tim here, it's actually, for me, it's fun to watch them in rehearsal. Page 14, you've got this monologue where you say, "Why won't you do this for me?" And you have this dramatic meltdown where you beg Uncle Willie to come to the table and do the show. And I was just applauding at the rehearsal. I was laughing so hard.
It took a lot of work to get to the right emotional cue on that, I think. So.
Well, how did the opening weekend go?
It went very well. You know, crowds seem to really enjoy it, and you know, we're looking for more great crowds this coming weekend. Friday and Saturday at 7:30 and Sunday at 3.
You know, I've talked about it here on this show before with previous Playcrafters performances, but if you haven't been to this venue before, the stage juts out and the audience kind of sits around it in like a horseshoe.
Yes.
As actors, what is that like to kind of have eyes even in the back of your head sometimes? Because they tell you when you're growing up in acting, always have your back away from the audience.
But sometimes
You
it's
can't do
unavoidable,
that here, yeah.
right? It's an interesting style of acting there, because I mean, you do have to at least project the voice to make sure people behind you can hear you if you're not facing them. But I kind of think it's a very intimate way of seeing a show there for the audience, because they're right up close usually, and so it brings them right into the action, I think, and it's a great way to experience theater.
We thrive off audience reaction, so it's good.
Oh, I can imagine. Well, then my last question for you is, Greg, why should people come out and see it this weekend?
Sure. So it is Neil Simon, so it's just full of one-liners, zingers, and quips. So it is laugh a minute. And like I said, I feel like I get into the show for free every night. See Tim, he's got some great scenes. He's learned like 300 lines, if not more. And see Pat Flaherty, see Kendall Burnett, see the other cast members. We're all great. Right now I'm blanking on everybody, and I apologize for that. Elaine plays the nurse.
Elaine,
Oh, yeah.
Kaylee, Scott.
Thank you. Yeah.
Teresa.
Yeah, and we have just a great crew working with us. Jane did a wonderful job. Jesselin's our stage manager, and Skip.
Marcia did
great.
props.
Marcia
and-
did
yeah.
props. So
You guys need to have a second job as the marketing people for this.
yeah.
Thank you both so much.
Thank you for
dropping by
having
Thank you
us.
for
It's
having us,
great.
Shelby. Appreciate it.
Once again, you guys can catch the Sunshine Boys at the Playcrafters Barn Theatre this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. First 2 performances are at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday's matinee will be at 3.